EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Atlanta, Georgia, where Freddie Falcon soars from the rafters inside the beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Today we've got an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
Your 2026 Atlanta Falcons. Chase McLaughlin.
Here's the former Illini kicker, Chase McLaughlin, to get us started. And we are underway from Atlanta. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, the Oklahoma Sooner, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Mayfield to throw it. And his throw is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Mayfield now. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To throw, Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Partner, when you're playing cover two, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's across midfield.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
2nd and 7. Now Tua on the bootleg here. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Looking to pass. Tua. Looking for London on the out route complete. His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Now Tua. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
It's a gain of 14
As long as you go
yards.
through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Tua sets up to pass it. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Olamide Zaccheaus, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Folk for the point after.
Point.
It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Falcons 7.
So that drive consumes 9
7.
plays all told. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. A tackle by D'Angelo Malone.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49-yard line.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9. A quick throw caught by Godwin. Only able to gain a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Throwing, Mayfield. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36.
That's good for a first down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Buccaneers.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Once again, it's Irving. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Sterling Shepard. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. That time a 9-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Falcons.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Drop behind the line on a nice play by Deion Jones.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that'll be incomplete. Charlie Werner, the tight end, the intended target. But now it's third down.
Third down and 12 yards to go.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Tua going to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. Now Mayfield. Open man is Ibuka. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Mayfield on play action. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
It's second down and 10.
And that very nearly a second interception of this first quarter. He's been really loose with the football, and that's going to need to change as this game moves along.
Mayfield looks to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin.
Mayfield's pass.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. 14 yards that time for number 14.
A gain of 14. And a Buccaneer first down.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. A shotgun handoff here to Irvin. And he lost the football. But it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Straight ahead, it's Irving. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
It's been tough sledding on the ground, but after that first down pickup, they've got to gain a little bit more confidence and feel good about starting a new set of downs, trying to move the ball.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 16.
Complete to Sterling.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Watts. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
Looking to put a drive together. After the turnover, it's Tua. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Robinson up the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
That's brought in downfield by London. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They lulled them to sleep there, so to speak. That was all set up by the running game, wasn't it?
Another example of what all offensive coordinators tell us. When the running game's operating, it really opens up the playbook, and that's when they hit them with the play action. And you can see the defenders rushing towards the line of scrimmage, then scrambling back trying to cover. Couldn't get there in time.
Well scripted. They had the big running play, now the big passing play. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. Complete to Zacchaeus. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to pass. Tua. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here. That pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
This 2nd and 4. They'll run again here with Robinson. And the Falcons are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The 9-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
To Kyle Pitts. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points, because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
After the made field goal, back out is Nick Folk to kick this one off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They'll start on the ground with Irving. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's tackled at the 30.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. From the gun, Mayfield. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now inside the 25. And down to the 19-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 42 yards.
Complete to Bucky Irving. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Throwing, Mayfield. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, Mayfield. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's good for a 1st down. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Touchdown,
Bucky Irving taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bucs have moved out in front. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Falcons ready to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Robinson will try to pick it up. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the first.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Buccaneers offense and their running back Bucky Irving getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it too safe. This is a chance to get points on the board. Press it a little bit.
Especially since a touchdown here gets you the lead.
And he will find his man in the end round complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts,
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Tried to link up with Bijan Robinson there out of the backfield.
And it's 3rd and short.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half.
They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Irving. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They'll look to throw.
He's got Otten.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
And that could have been and probably should have been a 3rd interception of this first half. He's going to have to figure out something because you cannot give the ball away like he's done and have any chance to win this game.
Now Mayfield. This is caught. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
And again, it's Mayfield. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Complete to number 14.
A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
McLaughlin for the extra point.
It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score
5 plays there on that drive.
Falcons
And it's
10.
Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Complete, it's Dodson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Tua, the final shot before half. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Floating one incomplete. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 15
They may
yards.
want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they contend with a second and 12 after the loss.
Mayfield looks to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here's Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19.
That's another.
A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
First and 10.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
On the handoff, this is Irvin. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Play fake, Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cade Otton, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Looking to put a drive together. Tua sets up to pass it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Gets this out quickly to Dotson. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Tua going to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Bradley Pinion now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's a gain of
25 yards that time.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Here's a handoff to Irvin.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Irvin.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Irving. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
They They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
He's brought down
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
2nd and 5. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
But partner, the defense isn't going to adjust, and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7 yard runs over and over. They're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
2. And the Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. This pass is caught by London. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
A gain of
15 yards, first down Atlanta.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
Now Tua. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Tua. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Mayfield now. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the fourth. This offense so far on third down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 11.
There's a short one taken in by Otten.
And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21.
A gain of 7.
So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one complete out to Dotson. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
A 4-yard gain.
Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Tua. And it's caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
On for the extra point is Folk. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now third down and 6 to go.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's 3rd and 6. Mayfield now from the 50. And he is caught. He's going to pick. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll try and run here with Irving. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll run with Irving. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
35. Falcons,
so that
17.
drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
Chase McLaughlin to
following the
kick off
touchdown. Here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. And here now come the Falcons. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Yaya Diaby. He's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. A quick throw there is incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, there's a nice move by Robinson. Down the sideline he goes. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Looking to pass. Tua. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the Buccaneers' 16-yard line.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, here's Carter. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They're going to look to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
He'll look to throw. That ball is caught. It's London for the Atlanta touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Folk for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score.
That time a 9-play drive.
Falcons,
And it was
24.
finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
Mayfield's pass, complete to Emeka Egbuka. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10, down at the 33.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Once again, it's Irving.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out.
Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Mayfield.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout.
21 yards.
But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Baker going to give it to Irving.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka.
And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown.
Touchdown,
Emeka Ibuka.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs have made it a 3-score game now here in the 4th.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Falcons 24.
So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Chase McLaughlin to
Following the
kick off
touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Falcons take over.
The Falcons back out, getting set for this next drive.
Looking to put a drive together.
Over the middle, caught by London.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 37-yard
2 minutes left to
line.
play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Tua going to throw.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
It's a gain of
Good work
14
on the
yards.
scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
First down.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a
First
chance to
and
go for
10
a
at
bigger
the
play through the
49-yard
air.
line.
But I think he said to himself, why not I just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Got a man, it's London.
And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Tua. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30.
6-yard pickup.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Here's Tua. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
3rd and 4.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Result of the play is a turnover on downs.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.